Hey, everybody. Jamie here, and this is from the Heart Live. And we have a special guest tonight, Stone Gassman, came to join me for a little movie talking. So, how you doing tonight, Stone?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, we just had the Region Free podcast. It was awesome. Excellent 2 hours of information and topics and fun. And now I wanted to join you for a while for another From the Heart live podcast. I've been working so long and so much that wow, I don't get home until 1 or 2 in the morning. Especially now
Yeah.
that they're doing like constant maintenance on the New York City subways.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's maddening. It's absolutely maddening in the
Well,
city right
luckily, I have terrible insomnia. Oh, I can
now.
hear myself.
Mm.
I can hear myself. For a second, I think I could. Yeah, so I just wanted to go live for a little bit tonight after Region Free. I don't do it often anymore. I'm going to start doing it more often. Hi, Hayden. I sent you a link if you want to come on. I don't do it often right now, but I'm going to be doing it more as time goes on. I'm slowly getting into these things. This is not something that I ever really like intended to do from the get go. I just wanted to talk about Twin Peaks with people who knew what I was talking about, and that's how come I ended up on YouTube. Because Twin Peaks was like a thing that I was talking about with people, and people noticed that I knew a lot about it, and that's how I ended up on YouTube. So I think it's kind of crazy where I've gone from there. I mean, it's been like 3 years, and I never thought I would be doing anything on my own channel in a million years. And I have to thank you guys for that, because I wouldn't have done any of that if I hadn't been inspired by you guys. So thank you for being such awesome people and good inspirations to people like me who are
I
just
could say
starting
the
out.
I could say the same thing on my end because, yeah, I didn't think I'd be doing 50th anniversary audio commentaries of obscure crap.
It's cool though, Stone, because no one else is doing that,
Well,
So when
that's the
somebody
thing.
wants to look it up and, know about a
Mhm.
movie that maybe nobody else has talked about, you're going to be talking about them.
Like the Devils. Yeah.
Yes,
Have
like
you
the
ever seen the
Devils.
Devils, Jamie? Have you ever seen it?
I may have seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never
Mm,
I've never really sat down and watched it and known what I was watching, but I do
mhm.
feel like I've seen pieces of that movie before. I do know what movie you're talking about. Oliver Reed's in it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver Reed and Vanessa Redgrave. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen pieces of it, but I don't know if I knew what I was watching. So
I believe. Yeah. I understand that. Hmm.
let's see who we got in the chat here real quick. Oracle 684. Hi, how you doing? Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Mwah. Blow kisses to you. Ben is my friend in France. He's my good buddy. Hey, Nick. Lost River Drive-In's in here. Hayden,
What's up, Nick?
you know that I sent you a link, I think, or at least I hope you do, Hayden. Sean McManus, my favorite crazy Irishman. Brian Trash, how you doing? Oh, you woke up with a sore throat. I'm sorry,
Uh,
Hayden. That stinks. Well, if you feel like coming on, I'm on for a while. So, um, let's see. Scott Matthew, hey, how you doing? It's been a while. Um, let's see. Hobbs Horror, how you doing? How you doing? Cliff Booth. Oh, phew. I love Cliff. Cliff Booth is number one on my stud list. Lost River Drive-In says he sent you a DM on Patreon.
I got it. I got it. I'll get back to you, dude. No problem. No problem.
Awesome. So, I guess we'll start this out by I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. I I am not much of a collector. I have been
Mm.
collecting, DVDs and movies over the years, but they're very select and very few. And I didn't, it wasn't like I was the type to go out and just buy a whole bunch of stuff. Mostly because I was spoiled. I've been spoiled by cable. And I mean, I'm talking like, when I say cable, I'm talking like I had every movie station for 20 years, every single one of them. That meant like 6 HBOs, 6 Showtimes, a whole bunch of the different movie channels and Cinemax and Stars, Epics. I mean, I had it all because I have a cousin who works at the cable company and she got me a good deal. So because of that, I was able to watch all of these things, and I didn't have to go out and purchase these movies very often. So when I did go out and purchase them, it was very select and only ones that I was like super big time into. And mostly that was back in the DVD days. I didn't buy my first Blu-ray until I think last year. So I never had a Blu-ray in this house until last year. And that was all inspired by joining up with you guys, because I never would have done a lot of this stuff if it weren't for, people asking me to join with you guys in Region Free. Because I probably would have just continued to, well, I probably would have eventually quit Coffee Time for sure, but I probably would have just continued to either do something on my own, or maybe I wouldn't have done any YouTube at all. So the fact that I ended up on Region Free with you guys is very important to me.
Awesome.
And so my going out, and when the Vinegar Syndrome sale hit, I happened to be online that night and I happened to have a little extra cash, and I happened to see Piz was on there waiting for the sale to start. And when I saw that, I was like, I'm a joiner, so I'm going to join. So I got on the site and I started looking through, and I didn't notice any titles in there that, caught my eye right away. A lot of them I was not even, I didn't even know the names of these movies. I'd never heard of them, but I came across a few of them. One of them that I picked up is My Chauffeur. My Chauffeur is a movie from 1986 with Deborah Foreman, and it's fantastic. I think this movie doesn't get enough credit for being as hilarious as it is. Um, what's the name of the guy in this? Sam something, right? Um,
Sam Jones, Flash
Sam
Gordon.
Jones. Yes.
Yes.
He is hilarious. I mean, seriously, that guy is funny. I didn't know he could be so funny. I mean, I should have known after watching Ted, because in Ted how he runs around, they cause mayhem, like when they get all drunk and everything. So
Yeah.
I probably should have known that just from that, but I didn't know. I didn't put two and two together when I watched this in the 80s about who it was. I just knew it was some hot guy who was funny.
Mm.
So I actually was really happy to get this. And me and my husband, we sat down and we watched it. And it's a really, really good transfer. Now, there are some gritty parts in it that, didn't look so good. And I felt bad about that. But I think it's just because the age of the movie. I mean, we're talking 1986. So
Yeah.
it goes way back. And what I really love about this is that Deborah Foreman's performance in this movie is so kitschy and so off the wall. It's like Lucille Ball, she's got this Lucille Ball
Mm.
quality about her where she's just doing all this really funny slapstick stuff. And she's got this Buster Keaton feel, with
Mhm.
her like crazy outfits and the way she talks to everybody. It just feels like watching like an old time comedy, like something like, the 7 Year Itch or something like that. It's got
Yes.
that feel to it. And I
Yes.
love it. I love it. But I also know that there was a lot of controversy going on during the making of this movie, and they cut a lot of things out of it. And that has caused, confusion in the past. They cut this movie to shreds, actually.
Oh.
There was supposed to be a talking car. The limo was supposed to be like Kit and talk. And there's one tiny little remnant of it left where the car tells some guy when it goes up to it that, a viper is protecting it. That is a callback is the only piece left in the movie where there was the talking car,
I
which
never
I
would
thought
have
was
guessed
pretty neat.
that.
Yeah,
But
there was
I do
supposed.
I do know that Deborah Foreman also was the star of April Fool's Day that same year.
Yes, she was.
Hmm.
And here's another thing. this movie has a big controversy goes along with it because the makers of this movie, when it came out, this movie came out against what was it? Oh darn it, something big. Um,
I'm looking.
Whatever it was big, and I think it's a Spielberg movie. It could be George Lucas. I'm not sure.
Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
No, it was something else. Um,
Oh, nothing big came out around it, according to what I'm looking
no,
at.
she had to cancel all her appearances because of this controversy because they lied about the totals. Let me see.
Oh man, this one got me. Oh. I know it's not Terror Vision. Came out a month later.
No, it was the same weekend. And it was something big. I cannot remember what it is. Oh, that's not coming up on the Google properly either.
According to Wikipedia, it was the only one that come out on January 24th.
What?
It says it was the only film that came out the weekend it came out.
That can't be right.
Well, the movies that came out the week before it were The Adventures of the American Rabbit, The Clan of the Cave Bear, Heathcliff the Movie, Iron Eagle, and Troll.
Clan of the Cave Bear. I love that movie. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that one on Region Free one of these days because I do have a copy.
Awesome.
And
Okay.
I really think that movie doesn't get the credit it deserves. Hold on, I got this up now. Yeah, Daryl Hannah's so good in it. She's so good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, film opened January 24th.
Yep.
It's not talking. It doesn't list it on here. But if you watch the special features, it'll tell you the whole thing. Because that's where I actually knew about it beforehand because I had watched Good Bad Flicks did a whole exploring episode on this, and because he did that, I had already known about the controversy. But if you watch the special features, she talks about it, and she talks about how embarrassing it was for her to have to cancel all of her scheduled appearances because they got caught. Because I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, the movie that actually got the box office that week, they called and complained and said it's impossible that this movie was above my movie. And it's true. This company, whatever company it was that put this movie out, lied about their returns. And it really was the other movie that was number one that week in the box office. So this wasn't really number one ever. But it's a good movie, and I think that everybody should check it out at least once in their life. It's a good comedy, and it's got a lot. If you love Lucille Ball, if you love old style comedy, you're gonna like this one because it's really funny. Plus, there's this part where this woman swings a dog above her head like this in a park as a weapon, which is it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. She didn't want to do it either. There's a whole story behind that too, which I think is really funny. And maybe one of these days I'll go in deeper when I have an actual script in front of me.
That would be that'd be awesome.
Yeah, instead of one of my impromptus. Let's see. Hey Jay, how you doing? Jay, I put a link in the Region Free chat if you want to join. Hi Night Watch, how you doing? So then I was down at Dollar General a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And I found some crazy stuff at Dollar General. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I found first of all, I got this 2-disc special edition of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I believe this is DVD and not Blu-ray, and I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. The way that I collect movies isn't necessarily going to be based on what kind of movie it is, like what type, like if it's DVD, VHS, Blu-ray. I don't care. I just want a copy of whatever movies I like. So when I go down and go shopping for these things, I feel like I'm saving these poor movies from destruction or being alone forever, you know. I also went down to where my son works and raided their section, their movie section, because he works in a thrift shop.
Mm.
So I was able to get like 10 movies for like $20, which was awesome. And one of these days I will do a whole video on that too, but haven't got there yet. But I got this really cool One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's got a really strange case. I don't understand the case, to be honest. I can't even open it up, to be honest.
Uh-oh. Now
Yeah,
we know why I was at the dollar.
because it has a crap case. Oh, it's got a slipcover on it.
There
Uh-oh.
you go.
Oh, now I want to rip this
Should I
one
start
because it got in
Channing
my
Taylor?
way.
Should we
Huh?
start Channing Taylor now?
Yes. No, I'm not tearing it. I won't. I promised people that I would no longer do that.
Hmm.
I know. Sorry, Lauren. But it's got a
That's one.
slipcover on it there,
That's
I
one of the
guess.
great films of the 1970s. It should be in everybody's collection.
This is one of my favorite films and one of my favorite books. I've read the book too, and I
Oh wow!
absolutely love it. Yeah,
Is
I
it
read the book in high
faithful?
school. Huh?
Is it faithful to the book?
It's pretty faithful. There's some differences. I think the book is a lot more brutal, has a lot more brutal events in it that happen,
Mm-hmm.
extra events that aren't in the movie, but it does follow the movie pretty well, or the book pretty well.
Hmm.
Um, I love this. I have seen it a bunch of times, um, but and periodically back before I had a TV when I was still in college and I didn't have a TV or anything yet, we used to go and rent this and then watch it here in this room. This used to be my husband's bedroom when
Mm-hmm.
he was little. So we came in here and watched it a couple times when I didn't have my own place yet and I didn't have a TV or anything to watch anything on. So I was very grateful he would let me come here and watch this movie.
Oh.
Because he enjoys it too. I think that Jack Nicholson's performance is incredible. Brad Dourif
Mm-hmm.
is incredible. I just love this.
Louise
And
Fletcher.
Louise Fletcher, Danny DeVito. You can
Mhm.
barely tell it's Danny DeVito. But there is 2 discs in here, and I think one is a special features, and the other one is just the movie. So I'm excited to watch this. But what a good find, right? Because
Excellent. That's the
I wouldn't
best.
have found this. I didn't find this anywhere but here. So I think that's cool. Oh, that's why I couldn't get it out because it was in there backwards. Um, and then the one other thing that I found down there that I thought was really cool was I found this Blu-ray of 300. Now I was like, what? Because it's a book. Okay, here's the movie back here. Okay. And behind here, this is the DVD. It comes in this like little sticky. That's queer. I don't like that. That's weird. But the book that it's got this book. And if I see something with a book, I'm gonna my eyes go all glassy and I look like I'm stoned because if you take me to a bookstore, I won't leave for 6 hours. That's how I am. So,
Oh
but
wow.
it's got this book and it tells you all about the making of the movie. And it says immerse yourself in 300. And it opens up and it's got tons of information about the making of it and costumes and it's got the what do you call it? The graphic novel stuff in it. Um which is cool because on one page you get information and the next page you get an illustration from the graphic novel, which I think is really, really cool.
Awesome.
And they match it up to the scenes in the movie, which I think is neat. I love this movie. I know a lot of people, didn't like it that much. I heard a lot of people complain about this movie. I also heard people complaining about the sequel to this movie. which I also have a copy of. But I love this movie. I do. I think this is a fantastic action movie. And if you want to see some hot dudes without shirts on, this is for you. So,
I will confess, I've never seen 300, but I have seen the sequel, Rise of an Empire. And I think the only reason for that is because I'm a hardcore Eva Green fan.
she's
And
gorgeous in that movie.
but it's not history in any way. I mean, it has no resemblance to history whatsoever. Also, the physics is all over the map with that movie, and I'm sure it's very similar to the first film in that regard. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I never going to see it again, and I don't need to see 300. I can
It's
pass.
not supposed to be. I mean, it is based on a true story or whatever, but
Yeah,
a history. But
yeah,
it's not actually based on that. It's actually based on a graphic novel, which was written about that story, but takes liberties, so
yes, of course.
you have to be able to suspend your disbelief in order to enjoy it, I think. But what I enjoy
Mhm.
about 300 isn't necessarily the story. It's the visuals. It's the visuals. I absolutely love the art style of 300. I love the art style of the next one. It's got very similar art style. Reminds me of Sin City, which I also absolutely love. Sin City is one
Mhm.
of my favorite movies. Also, Frank Miller. Yeah. Frank Miller, both those graphic novels were done by Frank Miller. So
And
it makes sense.
you know who was in Sin City 2, A Dame to Die For or Kill For? Eva Green.
Yes. Yes,
She
she
was in
was.
both sequels.
Yeah. Which
She-
maybe she's I guess that maybe she works for that company. I don't know. I can't remember who directed the sequel. But I'm not getting up and going in the living room finding it right now.
yeah. Uh,
So what else has been up with you?
just doing my commentaries and just working and everything. I just finished. My lady friend and I. We've been watching some shows that we've been interested in, and we just finished the entire run of Penny Dreadful, including the 2020 spinoff called City of Angels, which unfortunately was canceled. And I only saw the first season of Penny Dreadful, and returning to it, I'm like, oh, I'm in love. This is a heaven show. Timothy
Yeah,
Dalton, Eva Green, and for the first time, I actually liked what's his name from Halloween H2O. Josh Hartnett was
Josh
terrific.
Hartnett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great. That is a great show that prematurely ended with. I'm not going to spoil it, but I know it disappointed a lot of people. And City of Angels, it was less horror and more noir, set in 1930s LA. The funny thing is that Natalie Dormer, the star of the Forest, she has 3 roles in City of Angels, and in the last episode, she barely has a scene with any of those characters. Wow.
Yeah.
Did they screw her over or something? I'm trying to understand what happened there. How's it going, Dan and Jay?
It's
Hey,
going good. It's been a
Yeah.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, long time no see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Did you
yeah.
guys see?
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah. We finished that, and we also finished the Orville. And I'm now a huge fan of the Orville, but that's it. I won't talk about that.
Season 1 was funny. Yeah, I did like season 1. Penny
Mhm.
Dreadful's brilliant. I haven't gotten to City of Angels yet, but
I haven't either.
It's
Yeah, I
I
haven't
did
either.
see the first season on Showtime though.
Yeah.
Penny Dreadful was a Showtime show, and it was good. It used to come on after Shameless, so I always caught it.
City of
sex stuff,
Angels.
gothic horror.
City of Angels is definitely worth it, whether you know how much you like the first Penny Dreadful, and even though it's not really gothic horror, it's noir. But I still think it's worth checking out. I mean, but the ending here again is going to be okay.
I have to check out City of Angels. I actually had just heard about that. I didn't even know they made another
They
series,
did.
a spin-off series until just like recently. So I am gonna
John
have to look
Logan.
for that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the stuff I was showing there
Yeah.
before you guys came on? That 300 book is cool, right?
Yeah. Cool.
I found that at Dollar General.
Oh wow.
Dollar General.
Dollar
That is so
General, yeah.
cool.
You get lucky there once in a while. I really didn't go that often, but then I started seeing all of these like movie hall vids, and I'm like, oh my god, you know.
I
and some
never,
good
ever,
stuff.
ever thought to go to Dollar General for movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think they had movies like way back in the day, but it'd usually be like, you know, Popeye compilation or something. You like, I never realized that they were getting all this cool new stuff.
I've heard like all kinds of dollar stores, like Dollar Tree has good stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a nationwide thing or not, but
Cut it out, Sean. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Better than.
Cut it out, Sean. That's the one. Oh. Sean's always picking on me.
Can I just say also, just real quick, even though nobody will ever talk about it again, but the final twist in the forest with Natalie Dormer, it almost saved the movie, I think. It almost saved the movie.
I don't even remember the twist.
I do. I actually thought it was a pretty cool twist, but I predicted it.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
I had a feeling too. Yeah, it's.
I think Natalie Dormer is a highly underrated actress, and I would like to see her in more things. I think she's beautiful. I
like her.
Yeah, I thought she was good in Game of Thrones, and I'd like to. And she was also good in this other thing I saw her in. What was it? Mary Queen of Scots. Did she play Mary Queen of Scots? No.
That was Rose Ronan, wasn't it? And Margot Robbie.
No, I'm thinking about Henry VIII's wife.
Anne
Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn. Thank you.
Boleyn.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. I was thinking of Mary Queen of Scots because that always pops in my head first because my family claims to be descended from her. Did you know that?
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of neat. I possibly have royal blood. Actually, I think we actually do. And the reason I think this is because there's two diseases in my family that tend to be royal diseases. Porphyria, which was what was wrong with Mad King George, and the claw hand, which was also what was wrong with Mad King George. He had a claw hand and he had porphyria.
There's no Hashimoto's disease.
No. Oh, Hayden. Oh.
I can barely.
You said it right that time.
What happened, Hayden?
I don't know, man. Last night I was coughing a lot, and I'm pretty sure I have bronchitis.
Oh no.
No. Damn.
But I'll be okay. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh man, get some hot tea or something. Peppermint tea.
I've got a lot of ibuprofen.
Yeah.
A teaspoonful of honey every 6 hours.
I need to go get some of that.
Because it helps me with my sore throat. I get a lot of sore throats from the hashis, so I deal with that a lot.
Not a Michael Douglas thing going on with you, is it, Hayden?
What?
That was an oral bad joke, an oral joke.
Oh
no!
You know what's funny is that Michael Douglas produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Won the Oscar for it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That is pretty cool how he owned that, though. He's like, I got throat cancer, and guess what? I was doing this.
He looks older than his dad at this point.
His dad died at 104?
Wow. Yeah, he was over 100.
Douglas made it to 104. And then Olivia de Havilland, we just lost her at 104 as well. So, yeah, they were the last two big golden age actors. They're gone now.
There's not many left.
Mitzi Gaynor, she's on Twitter, but
hey, Daily Ghost is in here. Hi, Ghosty.
Hey, Ghost.
He's married to Catherine Zeta-Jones, lucky SOB. Oh, man. Okay, Jamie brought up summer movies earlier. Man, The Mask of Zorro in the summer of '98 was one of the greatest, awesome movie experiences I ever had in my life. Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, during the famous sword fight that they actually both experienced real sexual tension, and you can see it.
Ooh,
No,
risque.
seriously, you can see it. Oh, it's so that sequence is so awesome. I love The Mask of Zorro.
Yeah, the bra cut off and then the hair.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I bring that up because guess who's pitching to Sony right now to do a reboot? Feed Alvarez.
Oh,
No joke. He wants to do
Sweet.
Zorro now.
I don't know who you cast as Zorro though. Banderas was kind of perfect for that.
He's not. Banderas is not going to be Zorro.
Why?
Well, no.
Why are they redoing Zorro? Why are they redoing everything?
Well, that's been redone a lot.
Well, Zorro's been
fairness,
around for
but-
100 years, and you
Yeah.
know it's been a while since we've had a Zorro movie. So
That's true. They have done that over and over again.
I'm a serious Zorro fan. I mean, I've seen all the movies, including Zorro the Gay Blade with George Hamilton, which is the only one I don't like.
George Hamilton.
It's not that funny. It's just not that funny.
I think it'll be the Mandalorian guy that's gonna play him. I don't know.
The
It's just my.
Mandalorian guy.
I'm forgetting his name.
Hmm.
I should know. I obviously don't watch The Mandalorian, but it's the only person in my head that I can picture. But I don't know. He's not Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no one is.
No.
Hmm.
Daily Ghost is asking if you got tested for COVID.
No, I mean, I'm fully vaccinated.
Oh,
I hope I don't have. I don't think I have COVID.
I don't think so either.
I mean, I've had this before, and tomorrow I probably won't have a voice at all. But I've been drinking lots of water, and I feel better than I did this morning.
Warm tea, though, dude. It
Yeah.
will.
tea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Warm tea always hits
Yeah.
the spot. Yeah.
Peppermint tea. I mean, there's
Hmm.
other options, but just
Oh, yeah.
warm tea will help you.
Little bit of honey.
Honey is key.
Yeah.
Even my cough drops, I get honey cough drops because it really does help.
I am
You
gonna
get
go
all-
rest
oh.
though, so I will see you guys later. I wanted to pop in and at least say hi. Hi.
Get better.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Kaden.
Better.
So yeah,
Yeah.
See
bye
ya.
everybody.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, feel
Thank
better,
you.
dude.
Feel better.
Aw, poor
Hmm.
guy. Brings out my mothering instincts. I want to bring him some chicken soup.
They're saying Pedro Pascal in the chat.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. And he's not a bad choice to do it. He's not
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas, but that's,
See, I
Nobody
grew up.
else is coming to mind, though.
Brian Trash just said in the chat. Yeah, Guy Williams. Yeah, he's the Zorro I grew up with. Was
Mhm.
Yeah.
Guy Williams? He was the Disney one, and
I don't know who could play Zorro these days. Alex Wolf?
To
I
say
don't-
I like Alex Wolf, but he's too young, and I'm not seeing it right now.
Timothy Chalamet. I do declare.
Hey,
Shall be
that
the next Zorro.
I like him too, but I'm not seeing it. There's a
No.
certain charisma that you need. Both of those are good actors. I'm not slamming them, but
yeah.
they're
Mhm.
yeah. I like Alex Wolf a lot. He was great in Pig and of course
Mm-hmm.
Hereditary, but I'm just not.
Oh,
I don't know.
I know
Yeah.
who that is now.
Yeah. I want to see Pig. I really do want to see Pig. Red Letter Media did a great review on Pig recently, and that convinced me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sean, it's coming by drone. It'll be there next week.
You guys seeing anything in the theaters? Well, I talked about this on Region Free, but tomorrow
Yeah.
is Green Knight, and I have to see Jungle Cruise with my nieces. So
I want to go see Old because that's
Yeah.
playing at my theater. But I have to wait for my husband to stop working these weird hours. And then once he's back to normal, then we can go to the movies. But right now,
I-
everything's kind of weird.
I haven't heard a single good thing about Old. I again, I have A-list, so I'll see it too. But man, I have not heard one good thing. Anybody in the chat has watched it? Let us know. 'Cause-
I refuse to listen to what anybody else says about M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, because people say all the time that he stinks and this stinks and that stinks, and I love him. So
Yeah.
I just, when it comes to his stuff, I won't listen to I won't listen to what other people are saying about it until I see for
Same.
myself.
I'm saying. I may try to see Old and Green Knight tomorrow. I don't know.
I do want to see The Green Knight. It does look pretty good.
I know nothing about it. Just that it's fantasy. I haven't seen a trailer or anything. So
Hey, Christian Hannah Horror, got your T-shirt. Hashtag spokesmodel. I plan to get a T-shirt from everybody's store. It's because I can't get my stupid freaking Patreon thing to work right. I wanted to patronize so many people's shows and I just couldn't get it to work. So my only other way of supporting people is to buy their merch and go to their streams. So I do what I can to support people.
It's weird because like I still like they can't see my comments on Patreon videos. I don't know what's up with that. Strangest thing.
That is weird.
Yeah, like when Hayden has a poll or does like his question things, he can't see them. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why.
I don't know, because I don't, like I said, I can't get my card to work. So I don't, the only thing I'm patronized to is Region Free itself, because that's the only time my card ever worked. And after that, it just keeps telling me it won't take it. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong, but I have to ask my hubby to fix that problem.
Yeah, I gotta do something for the Region Free Patreon at some point, maybe a commentary.
I've never done anything for the Region Free Patreon. I don't know what I'm doing, so I expect that somebody, would ask me to be part of something, and no one has. So, Stone did once, but
if any of you are available at 1:00 in the morning and want to hook up with me for a commentary on something, hey, let me know. Seriously,
yeah, same here.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done 3 commentaries for Region Free Patreon. I mean, Jay, remember the one we did?
Mm-hmm.
You remember what it was called?
What was it? I don't even remember, man.
The Mask of Fu Manchu with Boris Karloff and Myrna Loy, where Boris Karloff is in yellowface, and his mission is to destroy the white man and rape their women.
That's troubling in more ways than one.
Heck yeah, Christian. I'd love to do Ghost Ship, and 13 Ghosts too. I'm gonna be getting a copy of that very soon.
I'm down for whatever. Honestly, I'll do whatever.
Yeah, I'm up. Let me know.
I was just watching a video about Ghost Ship earlier today.
Oh.
Which one are you talking about? The 2000 or whatever year that came out?
Yeah, 2002. Yeah.
2002.
Yes, I think that's a highly underrated movie, and it has the best death scene in the first 15 minutes of any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. My face in the theater, I think my jaw was on the floor because I was like, did that really just happen? Like the wire going through all the people? That was freaking awesome. I loved it. Loved it. It cracks people up when I say things like, yeah, there was lots of blood. I loved it because I look like so simple and innocent. And here I'm like, yeah, give me gore, give me blood, and give me guts.
It had a hell of an opening. A lot of people don't like the movie, but they'll at least put over that opening shot.
Yes, and I understand where they're coming from with the movie and not liking it. I understand that, but I have a personal love for it. I used to watch it quite often. When my son was first born, you have to get up every 3 hours to feed a baby. So I was getting up every 3 hours, and I would stop it after, I'd finish feeding him. I'd go back to bed. And then when I get back up 3 hours later, I'd start it again. And I watched that like that for a long time. So I have a personal love for that movie. And I really like the actors in that movie. So I don't know. I'd like to see Julianne Margulies in more stuff.
Yeah, she had a great success, I know, in TV, so she doesn't probably have to work, but I don't see her. Or I'm just not watching what she's in. But yeah, Gabriel Byrne. I've always liked Carl Urban. I always thought he was underrated. I know Boys is popular now, so he's kind of having a little bit of a resurgence, but I mean Pathfinder, and I met him at a Wizard World, and he was amazed that I was the only person who remembered The Truth About Demons, which was a little film he did right before Ghost Ship. I think it was like his first major movie, and he's like, man, I never get asked about that.
Yeah, I don't even think I've heard of that.
It was all over like Blockbuster back in the day. I not seeing it on my shelf at the moment, but it's a decent little movie. Probably a lot of people rented it and just don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, that was at a time period though where I was like not watching a whole lot, and I wasn't really moving a whole lot because I was like 2-ton Tony, having a baby. So I didn't go to a lot of movies, and I didn't run a lot then. And I was mad at Blockbuster at the time too, because I worked there, and when I left, it was highly controversial. I was mad at them. I told them I wanted to work certain hours, and that I could only work those certain hours because I was getting another job at the newspaper. And it was an important job for me at the newspaper, and I didn't want to screw it up. And my boss scheduled me whenever he freaking wanted to anyway. And I said, fine, I'm going to just leave then. So I didn't work there for very long, only about, 4 months or so.
I think a lot of us have worked at videos. I never got to work at a video store. I regret that.
I was just going to say, I dated my boyfriend in high school. His parents owned a video store. So I literally was, in the mom and pop video store like every day.
I worked at Blockbuster for a while. I started to really, truly hate them when they started their bullshit. No more late fees. No, now they call them restocking fees.
Oh, geez.
Screw you. Yeah.
But I'd love to have them back. If I can't have them on pops.
There's one left. There's one left in Bend, Oregon. They made a documentary about it. The last Blockbuster.
Yeah, we did a review on Flesh Wound Features.
I think.
Yeah. Kevin Smith, Lloyd Kaufman. It's a very good doc. It's a good feel good documentary for sure.
So Ben, tell me what you hated about Old, because I'd like to know what it is that you didn't like about it before I go.
Probably whatever the twist was, I would imagine.
Yeah, if it's gonna spoil the twist though, don't tell me. But I'm gonna go see it regardless. So just to have the popcorn. Oh, that popcorn I got for my birthday, you guys. Oh my God, is it fantastic? It's the best popcorn I've ever had in my life. It doesn't have any like little husks on it. So it's like it melts in your mouth. It's fantastic.
I'm not a popcorn guy. I like caramel corn. But I don't know, regular popcorn, I've never been I'm a nachos guy in the theater.
Yeah, my husband is too. He doesn't like popcorn either, but I do. And that popcorn that they got me for my birthday is so good. It's so delicious. I'm never, ever buying popcorn at the grocery store ever again. I will go to the specialty store and get the specialty Amish popcorn because I loved it. It's so good. I should have made a video trying it, but I didn't. I tend to forget things like that. I should make more videos doing a lot more things that I should be doing. Like I get that cat lady box, and every month when I get my cat lady box, I should make a opening video of my cat lady stuff.
I'm hoping to hit haunts again this year during Halloween. They never really let you film. I almost wonder if I reach out at like a press sort of thing if they let you, or I guess go in covertly if I can. Netherworld, I'm really excited to go back to. That's one of the big Atlanta. Well, it's in Stone Mountain now, actually.
Are those haunted houses like?
Yeah, well, Netherworld's got a big budget. They're really impressive. And it's been a couple years now, so I'm dying to go back. So we might have some haunt footage possibly on our channel if I can figure out a way to do it.
Cool. I want to see it because I won't go in it.
Oh, really? Not at all.
No, I'm terrified of
Jumps.
loss of control. So that's why I don't like to fly. I get sick on every flight I go on because I am paranoid about loss of control. I am in a metal thing in the sky, and you expect me not to panic? You know, I can't. No, I'm gonna panic. I've gone into haunted houses before, but not like those ones.
Yeah, I've done super cheap ones, which sometimes are better in terms of the scares, and I've done the high budget sort of stuff that not Scary Farm in California. Man, amazing. They had like a underwater, not literally underwater, but like a HP Lovecraft Cthulhu thing in a sub. Well, not last year, whatever the last time I went. And oh man, it was amazing. I love haunts, even when they're cheesy, even when they're cheap. I just always have a good time.
My friend Matt was telling me about Knott's Berry Farm and how awesome that place is. And I was telling him that, I've always wanted to go down to Universal Horror Nights. Now that's different. I can handle that, I think. It's these things like, it's these things where I don't, if it's too enclosed, or I feel like maybe it's because Hayden keeps playing that stupid McCabe Manor shit.
Oh, he's shaking right now because he can't play it, but I'm sure he's twitching. His stick. But...
Good. Don't play that shit anymore. I hate it. It makes me sick. It makes me want to punch people. If that was happening to me, I hate that McCamey guy. He's such an asshole.
I think there's something to be said about the extreme haunts, though, because I mean it's hard to get us to that place. I mean, hey, you can get me with a jump in a haunted house theme sort of thing.
Yeah, but who wants to be tortured? Not me. Screw that. I'll beat the shit out of somebody that tries to do that to me. You're going to be in trouble if you try to do that to me.
Well, you're restrained by the time you're tortured, so that's not going to be an issue. But
I don't like that at all. I don't even know. Why would somebody want...
adrenaline rush?
Oh, not for me.
I mean, I'm not trying to like talk tough. I mean, I don't particularly want to be waterboarded, which I think is a McCamey Manor thing.
Yes,
but, you know,
saw that.
It will. I mean, hey, you want that rush, and it's in a hopefully safe way. I mean,
I watched all these documentaries last year about these haunts. these extreme haunts. That people go to, and then I watched
one, yeah.
And then I watched actual movies, about that. That so I just got like, I'm not gonna do anything like that ever. No escape rooms, nothing that makes me feel like I can't control things. I guess
escape rooms are boring for the most part. They're not worth it for the most part.
They got one. They got one in Erie now at the mall in Erie. So I was thinking about going to it, but I just don't like it. I don't like the idea of lack of control.
Oh, that'll just be lame. You'll just be bored. So
yeah,
I wouldn't worry about it. They're not. Half the time, it's like nobody can actually do it. And then they're like helping you. It's just very awkward and stupid. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat can recommend one because I've never been particularly impressed, but I might just suck at it. That's just all there is to it.
I heard the puzzles are really hard, but I'm good at puzzles, so I'd probably be good at that.
And I'm not. Maybe that's why I never got anything out of it.
That right there, that picture, that Twin Peaks one right there, that's a puzzle. I did that.
Oh, nice. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I had a friend that used to like do puzzles and then glue them and frame them.
That's what I did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no way I was gonna take that apart again and put that together again. That was tough. That was really hard. But hubby and I did that in probably, I don't know, 2 days, 3 days over COVID.
Oh, nice.
We were looking for something to do when we were stuck. So
I'm looking forward to being unstuck for Halloween season. We're gonna have our party again. We're gonna have. I'm going all out for October. I don't know. LA's not looking so good right now with what's going on, but I'm definitely going to go out to every local haunt I can possibly go to.
I don't even get trick-or-treaters at my house, which I'm sad about because I lived in the city, growing up. So I used to get trick-or-treaters all the time. Like it was a steady, regular thing. My grandma, Halloween was such a big deal in our house. My grandma used to have all the kids like come in. She'd invite them in the house. Now, some parents would freak out about this, but once you get to know my grandma and once you see how tiny and little and cute she was and how nice my grandparents were, they didn't mind anymore. But and they also gave out the best candy. So they cookies too. My grandma would have cookies and donuts and cider and all this stuff for the kids. And I miss that. All the kids coming up to the door in their cute little costumes and my dressing up because I used to dress up, and sit on my porch.
Do you get one?
No.
Not
I live
one.
in the sticks. Nope. I live in literal sticks. You literally, there's houses around me, but there's no kids. They're all grown up now. And even when they were little, though, they wouldn't trick or treat like around here. They would go like down into
bigger neighborhood.
Yeah. So.
I don't know if Jay remembers, but I remember when we back during the Sausage Factory days when we did a commentary for Halloween Resurrection. We spent a good amount of time talking about how trick-or-treating is just not a thing anymore. It's kind of a
sad.
dying practice, and that is sad. I love trick-or-treating.
It's these parents that it started back in like the early 90s. They started doing these trunk or treats or whatever the hell they're called.
I heard about those. Like what?
It's not the same.
Like, what? And then they started doing like this thing at the mall where they'd walk around the mall and every store would pass out candy and stuff. And I'm like, and then they're like, the parents are like, well, I'm satisfied with that. It's either absolutely, completely extreme laziness on the parts of the parents, or it's they're so freakishly afraid that they think they have to like rein everything in. I had so much fun on Halloween night when I was growing up. We would go out and we'd go all over, all over the neighborhood, far. We go far. We go to houses that my mom wouldn't even know about. I would hide by Pizza Hut. I would hide behind Pizza Hut and throw eggs at people. Kids don't do stuff like that anymore.
It's worse than beating your kids if you only take them to trunk or treat. That's fine. Like do both.
Yeah, we've done both before.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we do it every year, man.
It's not a replacement though. Like I've gone to the mall for that with my nieces and nephew, but it's not a replacement.
You got to make those memories,
Yeah, it's not the same. You got to get out there.
The Halloween trick-or-treating was the greatest memories I had when I was growing up because I hated summer camps. I dreaded going to those things and I was miserable at all of them. Trick-or-treating was different though. I lived in a community where there were 500 townhouses around me and I walked every single one of them twice. Okay. I didn't care. I love trick-or-treating so much. For that very reason. It's just a shame that it's now just a dying institution. And I don't know. I don't know.
Did you guys have like at least one neighborhood house where you were like, I'm not going to that door? We
No.
had one where the
Well,
people.
there were a few doors that were creepy just because the light was off, but it's not like, yeah.
We had a house that literally you never see, like we never would see the people. We knew people lived there. You could see their cars, you could see, the lights on sometimes in the house and stuff, but literally we never saw the people outside.
Never saw
So
them.
all of us used to dare each other, hey, go up to the door and knock, see what's going on. Because they never used to turn their front light on. And so we didn't really understand. Well, then the older kids start coming around and they've got full-size candy bars, right? And my brother's like, hey, where'd you get that? And they're like, that house. And I was like, get out. That house is giving out free, like big size candy bars. I couldn't believe it. And so I went to that house every time after that.
We give out full-size candy bars.
That's a pro move.
Yeah.
But we even last year, it was funny. We COVID proofed. We still did the trick or treating. We COVID proofed it. We lined the driveway with basically we moved all the inside stuff out. And we have lots of outdoor decorations. But the night of, we just did that, and we kind of had the bag that they could just take, and it was a whole production. But I'm kind of looking forward to having it more traditional.
Good night, Sean.
Night, Sean. I just. Yeah, having people in the house because we do a big party and we always do for the holidays. And I'm happy that this is going to actually feel like Halloween. We made the best of it last year, but it was not the same.
Yeah. I didn't go anywhere for Halloween. Usually we at least go to a party. I didn't even do that last year. And I'm hoping that this year I can have a party of my own. I'm trying to gather all my friends as much as possible because we were used to hanging out with each other several times a year. Yes, you're all invited.
They should be starving for it at this point. Yeah.
My friend Heather, she gets brain surgery right in November before COVID hit, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this was a huge deal. She literally, they told her you might not wake up. So we had a big party, had a huge bash because she's having seizures. And so they needed to go in there and they needed to see where the seizures were coming from. So they told her, you might not wake up again. And she was freaked out. And so we all went over and we had this big party. And we had a plan that when it was all over and she had healed up, we were going to have another big party. But then COVID hit. So I didn't see her until I saw her in August because I told my son, I said, I know that we're not supposed to do this, but my son graduated high school and I was not going to not have a party, So I had a graduation party and she did come to it and I was very happy to see her. But the rest of my friends wouldn't come because of the COVID thing. So it's kind of nice now that everything's free. We can all get together again. We can have a nice big Halloween party. We can have, birthday parties again.
I'm doing it no matter what this year. I'm like, it is time. So
yeah.
Any party I'm going to go to, any haunt that's running, I'm going to go to. And I'm going to live this Halloween. This is going to be a special Halloween.
I wish I lived somewhere where haunts were better. The haunts used to be good here because we have Lucille Ball Theater, They used to put on one every year, but now they don't anymore. And it's just all these little ones everywhere and they're just all crappy,
Yeah, sometimes they're fun though. I like the cheese factor of some of them. Even when I was a little kid, the grapes as eyeballs thing and spaghetti brains. It was fun.
Yeah, that's fun and all for little kids, but for adults, the little theater used to do all of these, and they were good. They had everything put together perfectly, and I miss that. And I really wish that they'd bring it back, but they're trying to. They're trying to make my town better again. We have the National Comedy Museum now. if you guys ever want to come here and visit and go to the National Comedy Museum, please do. I would love to see you guys. The National Comedy Museum is it's cool. I haven't been there yet. I've seen. I modeled for their pictures for their pamphlet, which I thought was pretty cool. But I haven't got to go inside and see all the stuff yet. But I've seen like the videos about the different interactive stuff in there, and it is so cool. And all this is because of Lucy, you know, because I come from her hometown, Lucille Ball, and so they took the comedy, you know, the comedy thing that she started sitcoms and everything, and they ran with it, and they built this museum here, and it's become quite big. And without COVID, it probably would be huge now, but COVID screwed everything up.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah. But now that COVID's over, they're back to showing movies every Saturday. You know, you can go, and they have like these 2 big, huge screens on the building. And every Saturday night, they show comedy movies. And it's cool because you sit outside and everything.
I was going to say, oh, go ahead, Jay.
No, it's okay.
I was just going to ask, is that where they have that horrible Lucy statue?
Yes. Scary Lucy is here. Now it's been replaced.
Yeah, it's been
replaced, which then that replacement actually got vandalized, which pissed us all off. But they have been able to clean that up since. And so you've got Scary Lucy. They moved her. She's over at the other side of the park now, but you could still go over there and get your picture taken with her. But they've got a nice Lucy now where the person actually knew what they were doing. Yeah. I don't know who they thought they were hiring to make that statue, but I remember going down there the first time to see it. I took one look at that thing and I said, oh my that's horrific. She was terrifying, and kids were crying. People didn't like it. They took that sheet off, and it was bad. That was terrible. It's scary. That's why we call her Scary Lucy.
We've got since a lot of us got to see each other in Louisville, we got to get everybody together at some point. Would be really cool.
I know. It's so hard though with all of us from everywhere. You know,
it is.
I could go down to Louisville, I guess. I mean, I could rent a car. I mean, I don't want to take public transportation, though. That's the thing.
We were talking like Orlando or something where the flights are cheap at some point. I mean, like half of us got together, but it'd be nice to get the other half of you guys.
I wanted to, man. I'm sorry I missed it.
What about Vegas? Because
Vegas is another possibility.
I'm going to Vegas February. So
really? For what? What's going on in Vegas?
Matt Coutule's Expo. My husband, he was an engineer. He used to build these toolboxes. Now he's the quality guy. So he goes there and has to schmooze everybody. But yeah, it's fun. I get to go there every couple of years. I get to go to Vegas. I've been there. This will be like my 6th time. I went to Hawaii because of that place. Everywhere I've ever gone has been because of my husband's job. I never imagined in my entire life that I would travel as much as I have been able to travel. I thought that's been a cool little benefit of putting up with my husband's crappy job. You know, it's tough to be married to an engineer because they travel a lot. So it is hard. It's not easy.
Vegas isn't a bad spot.
Vegas
it's a lot
is
to do.
Awesome. I love it. That's my Disneyland. Okay. I'm not going to go to Disney. I'll go to Vegas. I'm not scared of anything in Vegas.
I was a big poker player, but the last couple times, I don't think I really gambled in Vegas. There's just so much to do. You don't have to.
Shows and shopping and the food. Best food I've ever had in my life has always been in Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, the buffets. I mean,
Oh, so good.
I assume that's still a thing. I can't imagine Vegas buffets have died.
No, they're there. Well, I don't know. Maybe because of COVID, though, because I don't know.
It's not really transmissible like food like that, though. But I don't think they could get rid of Vegas buffet. That's just Vegas. I mean,
The best one I ever had was at the Rio. I thought that was the best buffet ever. And their breakfast buffet, oh, jeez.
mhm.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Yum. Vegas is cool. I say go. If you get a chance to go to Vegas, go.
Mm.
And follow me around because I tend to be lucky. So I
Really?
usually come, yeah, I've never
11?
come home. I've never come home down. I'm always up. I've come home with more money every time.
Hey,
I just,
Jamie, 11? 11?
11. 11 is something that yes, I will find 11s, or for some reason it's more like I'm like a beacon and I just go like this, and like a machine just calls to me and I just go to it, and I don't know. It reminds me of Twin Peaks season 3 when he's winning in the casino. He keeps seeing the little Twin Peaks thing over top of each winning machine. That's kind of how it is.
You know what? I've never been to Vegas, but I might as well go once in my life. I mean, I've been to Reno, of all places, but I haven't been to Vegas. I mean, a lot of people told me that you need to have at least some interest in gambling to go to Vegas. I mean, I know there's more stuff, but I mean, I don't know. After I see a movie like The Hangover, it's like, do I really want to go to Vegas?
Vegas is not like the movie The Hangover, believe me. I mean, if you make it that way, it is. If you do it, if you make it that way. But
Go to the AVN Expo. It may not be the same now. That's another thing that may have changed. But man, I had a blast.
Don't be a Dougie. I am a Dougie. Hello. Vegas is cool. I mean, literally, you don't have to gamble. There's so much other stuff to do.
Yeah.
They give you stuff to do. Like you can go to, there's like different museums. There's the Mob Museum. There's the Neon Museum where they have all the old neon lights from all the old casinos and stuff. Or don't they call that the Neon Graveyard? Maybe. They have ghost tours.
Oh, really?
All kinds of stuff. Yeah. If you go down to Fremont Street, that's like old Vegas down there. They have like this big dome thing that it's over top of you, and they cast like movies, but not movies, but like videos and cool things, and they play like it happens like once an hour where they play a song and like do this big light show thing on it, and it's cool. And the shopping down there is cool. There's vendors everywhere. There's street food all over the place. There used to be guys handing out flyers for hookers, but last time I was there, they weren't there. That was tough for me to deal with the first couple times I was there. I would eyeball those dudes because I'd be coming down the way, with Scott holding his hand, and they try to hand him these things, and I'd be like,
they just give you a paper.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want them handing them to Scott. I don't want them handing them hooker pages.
It was always, yeah. Sometimes it'd be club advertisements. It just depended. I remember those days, though.
Well, Scott was collecting them, and I was like, "Why are you taking those?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm bringing them to my friend because his friend at work likes to collect them and has like a whole like binder full of them." Which is funny because doesn't that remind you of Mitt Romney and his binder full of women? I just think that's hilarious. But he used to pick them up and bring them to this guy, but they don't give them out anymore. They do everything on their phones and crap now. So.
Yeah, I figured that would probably be gone with social media now.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine with that. The best thing though that I like about Vegas is definitely the shopping, because you want something, you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Designer, non-designer. I mean, I've shopped everywhere there. It's really fun.
So you're going there in February?
Yes, February.
Okay.
It should be towards the end. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Good weather at that point in Vegas, so
Yeah.
Oh.
it's not in Vegas every year. Like this year they had it in Orlando, and the year before that it was San Diego, and the year before that was Vegas. So they do it every couple of years, which is fun. All right, guys. I wanted to come on for a little while tonight and just, chit chat and have some fun, but I'm getting tired now, so
Yeah.
and it's kind of hot in here.
4 hours of podcasting.
Yes.
We'll do that.
Yes. So we're gonna get going, but you guys have a good night and thanks for watching. Tune in next time, and I'll be back with the Twin Peaks Tuesday very soon. See ya.
Good night.
Good night.